Okay, we got a 99 Chevy Suburban here. We're going to be changing the fuel filter on. I showed you guys how to do it on the 96, I think the 97 too, and I got a 79 that's much different. I'll show you that one if you need it. This is a 99. It's very similar to the 96. The only difference is you got a couple brass O-rings that you got to put in, but this is the Suburban. The Tahoes are the same. The GMCs, the Chevys, they're pretty much all the same. All you're going to use here is a 5/8 wrench and a 13/16 wrench, and this is your filter. Notice the direction of flow. That's going to go towards the front of the vehicle. Obviously the fuel comes in, goes out that direction, so out is towards the front. These are the two little O-rings that come with that filter that you're going to use. If you got a line wrench, use it because those like to strip. You don't have to use it on the filter side because those are obviously welded to the filter, so they're all one unit. It's going to turn with it. You can use a regular wrench, and you can use a 5/8 too on the lines going in and going out. The only problem is they like to strip, so I like using the line wrench. So let me get you up under here, show you where we're going. We're going to be right in front of the cross member, underneath the driver's door. Here's your cross member. Get that light up here where you can see. And there's the fuel filter. I am directly underneath the driver's door. You'll find it right up inside the frame on the inside of the frame. So if you look there, you'll see that filter that I was talking about. So the line wrench is going to go on the outside here, and you're going to use the 13/16 to hold the filter while you turn it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, you guys all know that. This filter will slide inside this little housing. On this one you don't need to pull this bracket bolt. It appears to be pretty snug in there right now, but that's only because the lines are still on there. Just like the 96, we're going to pull the front one off first, closest to the front part of the vehicle, because it is going to be under pressure. So we want to crack that loose first. I'm also going to show how to pull the fuel pump and install a new one on this truck, which I'll do that next. So if you need it, just search it or just click on my name underneath the video here, and you can see all my videos so that you can find that one if you need to change a fuel pump. And I'll explain in a little detail what it's doing and why I'm changing it, because the vehicle does run, but there are some issues with it. So, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and crack loose that front line, then the rear line will pull the filter. Okay, so I pulled loose the front one here. I'm sorry about this shaking so much. I'm up under here trying to do this and hold it at the same time. I think you can see it there. I pulled loose the front one here, and you'll see where that brass fitting is going to be. I'm trying to get the camera on there good enough where you can see it. At this point you want to stay behind the filter because it is going to spray. So you can see that's loose. That O-ring is going to be right inside of there. There's my fuel. Not as much pressure as I thought. Keep my drop light out of the way so I don't cause a spark. I'm going to grab a rag and throw up under that as well. Sorry this is shaking so much, but okay, so that line is off. You can see there's plenty of room for it to move. Right here is where your little rubber filter or rubber O-ring is, and this is where the brass ring is going to go in place of that. So alright, let me pull off this back one now. Okay, so like I said, I got that one off. So now I'm on the back side here. That fuel pressure was not enough. You've seen how much came out of there. It was hardly anything. That's the reason I'm changing the fuel pump. It should be holding pressure. It's not that the pump's not pumping, because the pump is pumping. What's going on is it's not holding the pressure. So I get it to stall out at like 2,000 RPMs. It's just acting like a tranny problem, and that's what it does. So now this fuel line here is a flex line, the one that's in the front. The one in the back is a lot stiffer. So I can't pull on this line because it's tight all the way to the frame. So now what I'm going to do is slide the fuel filter forward instead. And you can see right there, whoops, now I'm losing gas. You can see right there she just slid right out. So now I'm just going to pull it right out of there. I don't have to pull out these bolts here on the brace because it will slide out. It's a little tight, but it will slide out. So there's my filter. Whoops, and I just threw it over there. So there's that, and I'll show you how to reassemble it. Okay, so here's my new one. I just slid that one out. Now I'm going to slide this one in. I got to reach around the cross member. And again, you can see there's a lip on that filter, so you really can't get it in wrong anyway, as long as you slide it in from the front towards the back. So we just slide it right in because the lip won't let it pass. Slide it up to there. I'm not going to put the brass fittings on because these O-rings are actually in good shape. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. as long as the O-rings are good. So now I'm just going to put my 11/16 or 13/16 on this side and my 5/8 here and just tighten it up. And at this point you can hold the 5/8 if you want and spin the filter backwards. And then after that I will line this one up, stick it on there, the front with the 5/8. And as always, I think you've seen in my other videos, prime up the engine. After you get this on and after it's tight, turn the key on, wait a second, shut it off. Turn the key on, wait a second, shut it off. Because you don't want to start it when there's no fuel in the line. You want to prime up, fill up this filter and fill up the lines. And I think I've told you guys before, you don't want to crank an engine that doesn't want to fire right away because the oil pump's not pumping the oil up over top the engine. So not good. A lot of wear and tear goes on an engine when it's cranking before it fires. You can crank your engine like 6 times and that's like driving at 200 miles. That's how much wear and tear you put on it. So make sure you prime up your engine or your fuel system. And just turn the key to the on position. Don't start it all the way up till it gets ready to start. Count to about 3 seconds. You'll hear the pump kick on and kick off. If you don't, it's alright. Just count to about 3 and shut the key back off. Turn the key back on again to the accessory. Count to about 3 seconds, shut it off. Do that about 4 or 5 times and then go ahead and start your engine. It'll fire a lot quicker and it'll continue to fire quicker. So that's it. That's changing the fuel filter on a 99 Chevy Suburban, and they're the same all the way up to 2001. Suburban, Tahoe, Silverado, all of them, 1500, 2500, 3500, these are all the same. So good luck, enjoy.